Friends, welcome to the special session of ABM Readiness Test Analysis. Here we will be covering all the questions which were asked in ABM Readiness Test. Okay. Remember that have you given the test? Not yet? Okay. Try it on Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. It was between 19th April to 22nd April. Okay. So let's start. Okay. Question number 1. When the value of the variable dash variable is 0, the corresponding resource is called as scarce. Now what were the options? Surplus, decision, slack and objective. So the answer is slack. Okay. The explanations, I'll just read one or two lines over here. In the linear programming, the slack variable represents the difference between the left hand side and the right hand side. A slack variable can be positive, indicating surplus or excess capacity, 0, indicating that the constraint is binding. Okay. Question number 2. Now we check all the answers. Question number 2. Read the following statements carefully and choose the correct ones about the concept of skewness. Skewness is the degree of distortion from the symmetrical bell curve and the normal distribution. Now you have to choose the correct ones. Okay. It is a measure of lack of symmetry in data distribution. There are two types of skewness, positive and negative. If the bulk of observations is on the left side of the mean and the positive side is longer, then it is called as positive skewness of the distribution. And next one. In this case, the mean and the median are greater than the mode. If the bulk of observations are on the right side of the mean and the negative side is longer, it is called as negative skewed. In this case, the mean and the median are less than the mode. Okay. Now, what are the options? Option number 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 3, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and all of the above. So which of them is correct? All of the above means all of the options are correct. Okay, all the sentences were correct. Okay. Now explanation. Just look at this. I'll just read one or two lines. You can read the remaining one by pausing this video. Skewness is a degree of distortion from the symmetrical bell curve or normal distribution. It measures the lack of symmetry in the data distribution. There are two types of skewness, positive and negative. If the bulk of the observations is on the left side of the mean and the positive side is longer, it is called a positive skewness. Now, second case is negative skewness. Okay. In this case, the mean and the median are greater than the mode. Always remember, positive skewness, mean, median greater than the mode. Got it? Remaining negative skewness you can read. Next. Which of the statements best reflects Robert Owen's beliefs about the management as outlined in the historical discussion? Robert Owen believed that the main responsibility of manager was to maintain the mechanical efficiency of the workplace machinery to ensure productivity. Next, Charles Babbage and Robert Owen agreed that the best investment for the manager was in advanced technology rather than human workers. Robert Owen considered workers as essential to productivity and advocated improving their conditions to achieve better results. Unlike Charles Babbage, Robert Owen was indifferent to the conditions of the workers and focused solely on the financial aspects of the management. So the answer is C. Robert Owen considered workers as essential to the productivity and advocated improving their conditions to achieve better results. Okay. So I don't think so any explanation is required in this. Okay. You can read this by pausing the video, but nothing is required as much. Which of the following best describes the responsibility in the managerial role? Managers are tasked with handling the customer service inquiries, improving product quality and overseeing the distribution network. The role of the manager involves planning for the future, manpower needs, recruiting, placing employees, blah blah blah, everything. Okay, along with assessing their performance and planning. A managerial role focuses on supervising production lines, managing supply chain logistics, and implementing new technologies within the company. Managers are primarily responsible for conducting market analysis, developing advertising strategies, and overseeing financial budget. So what is the correct option? The correct option was B. What was B? Look at it again, B. The role of the manager involves planning for the future manpower needs, recruiting, placing employees effectively, motivating them, along with assessing their performance and planning for their professional development. Okay. Again, nothing more is required as an explanation. You can read this. Read the following statements carefully and choose the correct option about the concept of scatter diagram. The dependent variable on y-axis, while dependent variable is on the y-axis, while independent is on the x-axis. When it is possible to draw a line to fit the data, the relationship between the variables is linear. When it is possible to draw a curve, but not the line to fit the data, relationship between the variables is curvilinear. So which are the correct ones? 1, 2, 3 and all of the above. So answer is all of the above, because all of them are correct. Okay. Again, not much explanation is required over here. In context of job analysis, which of the following sources of data information are considered vital? Feedback from job holders, direct supervisors and customers, as well as insights from the job analysts are essential sources for gathering information for job analysis, right? Information for job analysis is primarily gathered from industry reports, competitor analysis and financial performance metrics of the organization. Data collection for job analysis typically involves public records, government publications and historical data archives of the company. The main sources of the information for job analysis are internal audits, employee satisfaction surveys and annual business reviews. So the answer is A. What is A option? Look at it again. Option A. Feedback from job holders, direct supervisors. So which of the following is considered vital? Important. Which of them is important? The feedback from job holders, direct supervisors and customers, as well as insights from the job analyst are essential sources for gathering information for job analysis, right? Next one. Now this is a case study. Firm A has provided the following information about its working capital need based on the demand of annual sales for 30 lakhs. Raw material value equals to 2.4 lakhs, stock in progress 1.6 lakhs, finished goods 3.4 lakhs, outstanding debtors 4 lakhs, cash 0.3. This is in lakhs. If not given, it means it's in lakhs. Okay, lakhs. Then trade creditors 2.6 lakhs and other current liabilities and other current liabilities as 0.80 lakhs. Okay, so I'll just make this one only. Other current liabilities as 0.80 lakh. Now answer the following. What is the amount of working capital? So working capital means how to what do you mean by working capital? Now here they might be meaning the gross working capital. Here when nothing is given, it means gross. Actually you can mention over here gross working capital. What is the amount of gross working capital? So gross working capital is always equal to the assets. So now look at it. I'll give you see the options also and the explanation also. So you can see the options 2.93 lakhs, 5.37, 8.3, 11.7 lakhs. So answer is 11.7. How? What did I say? Gross working capital equals to total current assets. Now what are the total current assets? Look at these figures. 2.4, 1.6, 3.4, 4 and 0.3 means what? What are these? 2.4 raw material, stock in progress 1.6, finished goods 3.4, outstanding debtors 4, cash 0.3, creditors are not this current assets and other current, so forget it. Only 2.4, 1.6, 3.4, 4 and 0.3. So those if they added, you'll get it as 11.7. What is the amount of working capital gap? Gap means what? This assets minus liabilities, means current asset minus current liabilities. So what is it? Look at the figures. So options you can see. I'll directly come to the answer. Answer is 8.3 lakhs. How? So working capital gap equals to working capital minus trade creditors, means current assets minus current liabilities. Keep it that simple. So what were the current assets? 11.7, already we got it, right? Now what are the current liabilities? Creditors and liabilities, 2.6 and 0.8. So subtracted, you'll get it 9.9 lakhs. So that is basically the gap. What is the minimum net working capital firm is required to provide under second method of lending? So second method of lending is what? Tandon committees. Okay, second method. In second method, now look at it, and the options are given 2.93, 5.37. You can read them. Answer is 2.93 lakhs. How? Now first find out the current assets, 2.4, 1.6, 3.4, 4 and 0.3 as earlier. Now second method means what? 25% of these current assets. Okay, so 11.7 lakhs into 25%. So it is this 2.925 lakhs. What a minimum firm is required to provide. So this is the margin which the customer has to bring. So customer will bring that 25% margin. 11.7 into 25%, 2.93 lakhs. That much the customer will bring. Remaining things will be provided by this bank, isn't it? What is the amount of permissible bank finance in this case? Now bank finance means what? This MPBF is what? Working capital gap minus actual net working capital margin, means whatever is a gap minus this margin brought by that customer. So gap is what? 8.3 minus this margin by the customer is 2.93. Subtracted 5.37 lakhs. This is lakhs. Okay. Over. Case study is over. Next. Ergonomics is concerned with. What is ergonomics? Designing and shaping the jobs, creativity in the jobs, guiding the employees to do the jobs, all the above. So answer is A, designing and shaping of jobs. Okay, ergonomics is an applied science concerned with designing and arranging things people use so that people and the things interact most efficiently and safely. Okay, find the harmonic mean of the data. So harmonic mean is what? It has a formula, very simple formula. Okay, so this is X, this is F. F means frequency, and this is the element 1, 2, 3, 4. F is 5, 4, 9 and 16. Okay, now you have to find the answer. Answer is 2.4. How did I come to this answer 2.4? Look at this. What is the formula for harmonic mean? Harmonic mean formula is n upon look at this, summation f upon x. So n upon summation f upon x. What is n? N means total of frequency. What is the total of frequency? Do the total. 16 plus 9, 25, 25 plus 4, 29, 29 plus 4, 34. So 34 upon f upon x means this 5 upon x, 5 upon 1 plus 4 upon 2 is 2 plus 9 upon 3 is 3 plus this is 4. So just add 4, 3, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 5 is 14, right? So 14 on the denominator, in the numerator it is n, total of frequency. So you get it, 2.48, isn't it? Simple. If these questions come in the exam, you should be able to answer it very simply. Firm has the following financial figures from the balance sheet. Now answer. Capital is given 12 lakhs, reserve 4 lakhs, unsecured loan 5 lakhs, current assets 16 lakhs, intangible assets 2 lakhs. What is the net worth? Now net worth, you can see the options. Directly I'll give the answer, that is 14 lakhs. How did I come to this net worth? Net worth means what? Net worth means all that related to your capital. Okay, so 12 lakh, 4 lakh, right? 12 plus 4 is 16 lakh. Now what is this intangible asset? These are just these trademarks. Okay, so those are to be subtracted. Always remember, intangible assets are always to be subtracted. So 12 plus 4 minus 2, so you'll get it 14 lakhs. Okay, always remember, subtract intangible assets. Which statement best reflects the components and the purpose of learning and development? So which describes learning and development? So learning and development primarily focuses on improving interpersonal relationship among the employees, enhancing office decorum and fostering a positive work culture. The process is aimed at the systematic enhancement of the employee skills, knowledge, competencies to foster better performance in the current jobs. Now I won't read the C and D. The answer is directly B. Okay. So C and D you can read it later. So B is the answer. So B means directly see here, it's self-explanatory. The process is aimed at systematic enhancement of employee skills, knowledge, competencies to foster better performance in their current job roles, right? So we shouldn't waste our time more on this because it's self-explanatory thing. Okay. Next. Next one is match the following. Now the question is given. I won't read the question because you already know the question. Question is the name of the technique and the meaning of that. We have to match them. One is to match with what and what. Okay. So I'll directly give the answer now. The answer is C. Means what? What is auto-regressive model? This model predicts the variable of interest by combining past values of the same variable linearly. The term used in this model suggests that it involves regressing the variable against its own log values. So that is for auto-regressive. Moving average. This method is frequently used to analyze single variable time series data. Okay, that much only I'll read. Okay, because the only important is to match the following with the first term. Okay. Auto-regressive moving average model. Express time series using two polynomials. In this model, the influence of preceding periods and the leftover variations are taken into account. Okay, so these are that was the match the following. Next one. What does a free essay method of appraisal involve? Now you know the options A, B, C, D. I'll read the correct option and the answer because all of you have given the test. So the answer was C. What was that answer? C to get this. The answer was writing an open-ended narrative appraisal about an employee's performance, focusing on the job knowledge, attitudes and development needs without using a strict format. So that was the answer. Okay. Next one, there's a huge explanation. You can pause the video and look at it. Next one. Which of the following statements best describe how organizational factors influence individual behavior in the workplace? Now again the options were known to you. I'll just read the correct one. Otherwise what happens, this will be a huge waste of time for you and me, isn't it? Basically for you, because your exam is very important now and we don't have time. So the answer was B. What is the option B? Option B is organizational factors such as structure of the organization, availability of the physical facilities, reward systems, personal policies, organizational culture significantly impact individual behavior along with the quality of leadership. Okay. That was the answer over here. Next. According to Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which of the following represents correct order of the 5 basic levels of needs starting from the most fundamental? Okay. Now first starts from physiological. Always remember. First will always start from physiological. So C will be the answer. Okay. Physiological, safety, social, self-esteem and actualization. Next one. Which of the following statement accurately describes certain and impossible events? So certain and impossible. Okay. So options, 2 statements are known to you. A certain event occurs when the sample points are the same as the sample points in the sample space of the random event. And statement 2, an impossible event occurs when it has no favorable outcome. So these are the 2 statements. I'll directly read the answer. Both the statements are correct. Okay. So both of them are correct. Got it? Again, you can pause it and watch it again. So statement 1 accurately describes certain event. A certain event occurs when its sample points cover all the possibilities in the sample space of the random experiment. Okay. Next. Which of the following is associated with the concept of reward? Now the 4 options are given to you. The answer is C. Option C is associated with the concept of reward. It refers to the employee's perceptions about the fairness of the reward and punishment systems, which are essential aspects of how rewards are perceived within an organization. So these are the 4 this options. You can read this, pause the video and read this. I won't read this because it will take a lot of time. Okay. What is the concept of what is this approach avoidance conflict refer to in the psychology? So concept of approach avoidance, what does it refer to? Now the options are known to you. I directly read the answer. Answer was B. What was B option? It is the situation in which the individual feels equally compelled to engage in an activity and avoid it at the same time because the activity presents both desirable and undesirable outcomes. Okay. In the sample of 7 measurements, the radius of circle was recorded as all these numbers are given. Find the point estimator of the true variance. Point estimator we wanted. Now this is a numerical. How to solve the numerical? Say this. Answer is given. First find out the mean. Mean means summation of all this divided by 7. So add all this. You'll get it as 30.51 upon 7, 4.35. So this is mean. Now what we want? Point estimator. Okay. Point estimator means find out the difference of each mean. Okay. Each number from the mean. So summation x minus x bar. This is what you need to find out. Okay. So what is summation x minus x bar? See this. Subtract each one from 4.35 and square it. So you'll get this as 0.0034. Then this divided by n minus 1. So you'll just divide this n minus 1. Remember. So it is 6. 7 minus 1 6. So 0.0034 upon 6. So it is 0.0056. Got it everyone? Next one. One second. Which performance appraisal method is described as assessing employees based on the relative position and ranking them in the order of merit? So which is this 23 number question? Kindly check it again. Okay. So 4 options were given again. Behaviorally anchored, critical incident, straight ranking method, management by objective. So the answer was C, straight ranking method. Okay, what is straight ranking method? See the explanation. Straight ranking method where the employees are ranked in order of the merit based on their performance. This method is characterized by assessing individuals' relative positions and grouping them accordingly. Okay. Next one. Now have a look at this. Okay. Next one. In the conflict of resolution process, what is the primary goal of the final agreement step? For this you need to study again. Say this. See the options, all the 4 options, very big options. Okay, you can read them. Very big one. And just pause this video and read them. Okay, formally document the conflict and steps taken towards. I'll just read the first part of this. To persuade the conflicting parties to reach to a mutually accepted agreement and to assess and evaluate the performance. That much is enough. Even if you understand the first part, then also the things become very clear. Okay. So the answer is C. So the primary goal of final agreement step in the conflict resolution process is to achieve a mutually accepted agreement between the conflicting parties. This step focuses on this consensus building around one of the alternatives identified in the previous step of the resolution process. The aim is to ensure that both parties are satisfied. This needs an explanation. So that's why I'm giving this explanation over here. The aim is to ensure that both parties are satisfied with the outcome and agree to the terms and conditions. To formalize this agreement, some managers might choose to draft a contract outlining the specific action to be taken and the timelines for these actions. However, it might also be sufficient to simply meet with the individual involved and communicate the agreed upon solution in a polite and clear manner. This step is crucial for ensuring that the resolution is not only agreed upon but also actionable and timed out, thereby minimizing the chances of future conflicts. Okay. Next one. Given that a point estimate of the population variance is 0.0084, sum of the squared deviation is 0.0042. Find the number of samples. Now the answer is, say this. How to find out the answer? Firstly, get this. The formula for the point estimator is for the population. Remember, there are two formulas. One is for the population, one is for the sample. Okay. So you have to get it for the population. So it is summation of x minus x bar square upon n minus 1. Just now we did it. Okay, same. So, but that is known now. This variance is known. So 0.00084 equals to this summation of x minus x bar square upon n minus 1. But what is that? X minus x bar square. See this. Sum of the square deviations is given 0.004. So you know this. You have to just find n minus 1. So n minus 1 equals to do the division. We will get this as once you start dividing and cancel all these points and zeros, we will get it as n minus 1 equals to 420 upon 84. So n minus 1 equals to 5, n equals to 6. So the answer is 6. Got it? Very important question from the exam point of view also. Remember, don't forget this formula. In the paid class, I have taught you these two formulas. One is for population and second is for the sample. There are separate formulae for that. Okay. I would always suggest you to join the paid class. Okay. What is the primary function of HR databases within the organization? So primary function. What is the main role? So go through these options now. A, B, C and D. Pause this and go through this. Big ones. To serve as a secure platform. I'll just read the first part. Okay. Serve as a secure platform for online interviews. To track the productivity and performance. To store personal and professional information about the employees. To facilitate the direct transfer of salaries and bonuses. Okay. So the option is C. What is C? To store the personal and professional information about the employees, assisting HR professionals in managing various tasks such as recording training details and handling recruitment processes. So that is a basic what purpose, no? So primary function, that is the basic primary function of this. Okay. Next one. Next one. What is the correct sequence of simulation methodology? Correct sequence. Okay. What is the correct sequence? Look at this. Specify the values of the parameter, purpose of the new experiment, construct the simulation, define the problem, evaluate. Now you have to arrange them in sequential order. So what can be the options? Look at it. See, the option is D. D means what? 43152. What is 43152? First is 4. What is 4? Define the problem. 3. Construct the model. 1. Specify the values. Then 5. Evaluate the results. And 2 is propose a new experiment. Means if you find to make any changes, propose the new experiment. Okay. So 43152. Okay. The explanation is given over here. Means basically this is all the details given over here. Okay. What do you mean by this? Define the problem. Define the problem means starting point where you establish what you want to achieve with the simulation. Construct the simulation model. Now this is a big one. You can go on reading. Otherwise what happens? Less questions will be covered in this. We don't want that, isn't it? In a simplex method for linear programming, what does it indicate? When there is a no negative number present in the Z row. No negative. When all the numbers are, none of the numbers is negative. Okay, means that is related to that slack variable. And the problem has multiple options. The current solution is the optimal solution. The problem is infeasible and cannot be solved. The problem is unbounded and no optimal solution. So the answer is B. The current solution is the optimal solution. Means there can be no solution other than this. Whenever we get these non-negative numbers. Okay. That's why I said this is related to the slack variables. We need to study that again. It's a long process actually. When there are no negative numbers in the Z row of the tableau of the simplex method, it indicates that current solution is the optimal solution for the LPP. The objective function cannot be further improved and the values of the decision variable in the correct solution provide best possible outcome according to the given constraints and the objective function. The condition is the termination criteria for simplex. Termination means the method is over. It means indicating that the optimization process is complete and the optimal solution has been reached. That is the basic meaning. Means there can't be any further solution to this. Okay. Next one. Last year, 5 randomly selected students took a math aptitude test before they began their statistics course. So they took a five students took the math aptitude test. What linear regression equation best predicts the statistics performance based on the math aptitude scores? Okay. So which linear regression equation best predicts the statistics performance? Okay. Now look at this score in the aptitude test and statistics grade. Now this statistics aptitude test was for what? Math. And what was the real exam? Statistics grade. Okay. This was a pre-exam and this was a main exam. Okay. So the question over here is how many took the maths test and then what were the marks for them and how many marks did they get in the main exam? Okay. That's what is the question. So these are the 5 students and these are the numbers. Now, which linear equation best predicts the statistics performance? So now that is what we have to answer. So look at this. This is related to correlation. Okay. First write x, then y, then x minus y, then x minus x bar, then y minus y bar. What is the x bar? This mean. Okay. Total of this and then mean. So this, look at this. 390 is the total. If you look at it, see. Add all these, you will get 390. Divided by 5, you will get 78. Similarly over here. Okay, add all this and this x bar and y bar. So now next step is x minus x bar. This is a correlation problem. X minus x bar, y minus y bar, x minus x bar square, y minus y bar square, then x minus x bar upon y minus y bar. Okay, that's whatever we are finding out. So just do all these things. This will require a lot of time. Means I am telling you in such a simple words that so and so, but practically it's not that easy. I know it. You'll have to pause the video and then do the calculations. Okay, but you must get these answers only. Everyone should try this. So now find this out. B1 equals to this summation x minus x bar upon y minus y bar upon x minus x bar square. So you get the answer B1. 470 upon 730. This x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So if you do the multiplication, you will get it as 470. Okay. So x minus means summation of this. You have to multiply each one. It means what? X minus x bar, this 17 into 8. Everywhere you have to multiply 17 into 8 upon. Means I am telling you for only first one. Upon x minus x bar square. So x minus x bar square, whatever that answer was, x minus x bar square is 17. So 17 into 8 upon 17. Similarly for others and then add. Okay, that is the meaning of summation. So 470 upon 730. So B1 equals to 0.644. Similarly B0. B0 equals to y bar minus b into x bar. So this is the equation of y equals to a plus bx. Okay. So this is A basically. So find out this, put the value of x bar and y bar in this and you will get the value of B0. Or you can call it A also. In the classes I have taught you as a A, right? So A and B you have got it now. So y equals to a plus bx. That's what is the answer. Y equals to A is what? 26.768 plus B is what? 0.644x. Okay. Next one. How does HRMS, HRIS, HCM differ in the context of human resource management? So what is the meaning of these first two? Okay. So the options are given over here. Focus on the options here. Too big. I'll just read HRMS first one or two lines. HRMS focuses exclusively on recruitment and onboarding. HRMS is a broader term that includes financial management tools. HRIS is a type of HRMS designed specifically for managing personal employee information. Okay, and this is essentially no functional difference between HRMS, HRIS and HCM. So now what is the option? The option is D. Okay, so there is essentially no functional difference between HRMS, HRIS and HCM. Historically, HRMS referred to a more complete solution, but rebranding of these has made these terms generally indistinguishable. So I'll just read the explanation now. Big one, okay. HRMS, Human Resource Management System, HRIS, Human Resource Information System, HCM, Human Capital Management, are terms often used interchangeably in context of the human resource management software. Okay. Despite historical distinction where HRMS was considered as more comprehensive solution encompassing wide array of HR functionalities compared to the HRIS and even HCM. Modern rebranding efforts by many software providers have blurred these lines. Now, this much is enough for you. You are not going to do any PhD in this. Okay, so that much is enough. Next one. A remote car has a battery life of N6016 and find the probability of its lifetime that P such that X is greater than 63. So this is a normal, this remote battery car life has a battery life. So this is given over here. Now this problem might come to you in exam. If this comes, how will you solve this? You must know the meaning first. N6016 means what? This is a population mean, 60. And 16 is what? The variance, size square. Okay. So 60 is the population mean, this 16 is a variance. So see this, explanation is also given to you. See this. Mu is population mean 60, size square means standard deviation square, that is variance, 16. So now find out the z. Z equals to what? X bar minus mu upon psi bar. Okay, means basically this formula is this psi is basically standard deviation upon this. Okay, here the standard this is standard error actually, but the standard error is taken over here as standard deviation only because we don't know the sample size. See this. The formula for standard error is psi upon root of n. But do you know the number of samples? Not given. So when your number of samples are not given, take standard error and standard deviation one only, same. Take the same. So in that case, this psi equals to square root of 16. So it is 4. So x bar minus mu. Okay, x bar minus mu upon 4. So now solve this. Z equals to x bar minus mu upon 4. Now what do you know and what do you require over here? So look at this x bar. X bar is what? So that, see this, it is 50 over here. Because why 50? Because look at this. Z is given as what? 64 minus 60. Why 64? Look at this. Greater than 63. So it should be 64. So this x bar over here becomes 64. At least 64. Greater than 63 means at least 64. So I'll take x bar equals to 64. So 64 minus 60. Okay. That's what I'll take upon 4. So it becomes 64 minus 60, this is in bracket, okay, 64 minus 60 bracket upon 4. So that's why I require the half of this. So half, always this is taken as half. So whatever is the required figure, because your normal distribution curve given in the paper is starting from the half. That's why we take this complete answer, whatever you get is 4 upon 4, 1. So this is the half part of this, so 0.5. 0.5 minus 0.341. 3. So it is 0.1587. Okay. Next one. How does the Reserve Bank of India monitor priority sector lending by the commercial bank? So how does it monitor? How does means what? It will do the supervision and there are on-site and off-site. So let's see this. These are the 4 options. Now you read through these 4 options. It will take a lot of time. Okay. So I'll read the correct options now. Answer is B. What is the B answer? See this. The B answer is through the collection of periodical returns from the commercial banks along with the reviewing bank performance in various forms set up under the lead bank scheme at the state, district and block levels. Okay. So that is basically the answer. Now the explanation of this is, what is the explanation? This is a big explanation. You can go through it. Okay. So let's look at the explanation. Okay. The Reserve Bank of India oversees the priority sector lending by commercial banks primarily through 2 mechanisms. Here, 2. But as I said, on-site and off-site. Okay. Firstly, it collects periodical returns from these banks which are essentially reports detailing the extent and the nature of the lending to the priority sector. These returns allow RBI to monitor whether the banks are meeting the required minimum percentage of total credit allocations to this priority sector. Secondly, RBI reviews the performance of the banks in various forums established under the lead bank scheme. This scheme organizes forums of state level, district and block level providing at a structured platform for reviewing and discussing the progress and effectiveness of the priority sector lending by the commercial banks. This mechanism ensures that the priority sector lending targets are met and the banks are accountable for their contributions to the sector deemed as priority by RBI, right? Got it? So it does it through two mechanisms. One is that data, and second is through this offsite, means this state level, block level, all these. Okay. What is the policy on levying loan related and ad hoc service charges on priority sector loans as per the guidelines? So policy on levying loan related and ad hoc service charges. What are the charges what we should take? Okay. Banks are required to impose standard loan related and ad hoc services charges on priority sector loans regardless of the loan. So banks are required to impose. Okay. Point number one. Point number B. For priority sector loans up to rupees 25,000, banks should not levy any loan related or ad hoc service charges, inspection charges. For loans to SHG, JLGs, this exception applies per member and not to the group as whole. Okay, next one. Loan related and ad hoc service charges are waived for all priority sector loans without any limit on the loan amount, promoting greater accessibility to the financial services for the underprivileged. And the nominal fee is mandated for the priority sector loans exceeding rupees 50,000 to cover the administrative fees cost involving in processing and inspecting these loans, with the exception of for non-profit. So the answer is B. What is the answer? B. See this. For priority sector up to 25,000, banks should not levy any loan related or ad hoc service charges, inspection charges, right? So for loans to SHG, JLG, this exception applies as per the member, not to the group as a whole. Very important point. Next one. This explanation you can read, otherwise it will take a lot of time. Okay, just pause this video and read it. Everyone. An electric firm manufacturer manufactures light bulbs that have length of the life with a given mu and standard deviation of 40 hours. So this is the population. Say this mean is mu and standard deviation is 40 hours. If the sample of 100 bulbs has an average life of 780. So sample of 100 bulbs, small n is 100 and sample life is 780. Find with 95% confidence interval for the population mean of all the bulbs. So now you have to find out this sampling basically. This problem is from sampling distribution. Okay. So there are two parts. One is population, second is sample. Now look at it. Now answer this B is of no use to you. I'll give you the answer. Explain you the answer. That's better. Standard deviation is given as 40 hours. Okay. X is what? X is 780 hours. Now 780 hours is for the sample. Okay. So Z82 critical value of Z for two tail test, that is 1.96. Now how do you find out this 1.96? This you have to find out using the formula. Okay. That formula is what? X bar minus mu upon the standard error. Okay. So this. So immediately 780 X bar minus mu, okay, upon standard error. So this is this way you find out the Z first. Using this Z value, okay, this critical value of Z for the two tail tests, and that is what is required. In this question, n is greater than 30, means sample size is greater than 30. So you can use the center limit theorem. So when you use the center limit theorem, it's basically this formula: X bar minus Z Z0 upon this psi upon root of n less than mu, and X bar plus Z0 psi upon root of n. So this is basically the formula of Z only. Okay. So find out this. X bar is 780. Z0 is 1.96, psi is the standard deviation 40 given, root of n is 100. So find out for both plus or minus, okay, and then you will get the answer as 780 plus or minus 7.84. So it should be 780 plus 7.84 and minus. So it will be 772.16 and 787.84. Okay. So this is the way it is to be solved. This formula is same as that of the z. Z equals to x bar minus mu upon side. Side x means standard error. Okay. So here you are getting, you have to find out this x bar minus mu. Okay. So simply take everything on the other side and you can get the answer. This I have explained in the paid class also. In context of the simplex method for linear, this is all in module A. Okay. One second. So in context of the simplex method for linear programming, what changes when solving minimization problems compared to maximization problems? Okay. So as I told you, this is a part of your simplex, basically LPP. Okay. Now the steps are reversed. Now look at these options. Now these options you can read it. Okay. Very big one. Pause the video, read them. So the answer is B. What is the answer? Now let's look at the B answer. Then we'll stop for now. Okay. The steps are identical. The entering variable is determined by the largest negative number in the Z row, and the variable to be replaced is chosen based on the smallest positive ratio. Okay. So here we'll stop for today's analysis. Next part we'll do it.